Hey guys, how's it going? It's Al. Week 10 on DraftKings just finished. We're going to go back and take a look at how everything did for me and from me. My content on the week, we're going to look up and down the cheat sheet, see where I was right, where I was wrong. The places I was right, were we right or did we get lucky? The places where I was wrong, was I wrong? And did we get unlucky? How can we be better moving forward? We're going to look at my cash game lineup. We're going to look at my high stakes tournament lineup. We're going to take a look at my millionaire maker lineups, Rainmakers, Underdog, Scott Fishbowl, and we're going to shout out the top 10 finishers in the SmizzGang Listener League. So thank you guys for being here. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell. Let's go.
He's a legend.
Why don't we start with the cheat sheet, since that is the most obvious place to start with. There were some misses. There's always going to be misses. Nobody, myself included, or anybody else that's trying to predict the future with fantasy football is ever going to have 100% accuracy. I try to do the best that I can. Let's see where I did well and where I did poorly. Cash game core values. These were pretty much, you're going to see when we get to the to my cash game lineup. I kind of eked out. I was right around the 50th percentile. Mostly because Tony Pollard and Deontay Johnson did not pull the rope. 5.5 points for Tony Pollard, 2.7 for Deontay Johnson. Joe Mixon, whatever, 12.5. He didn't kill you. He was like over 50%. I think he was 60 or 70% in high stakes. Trent Irwin, the Croc Hunter, did great. Didn't do it on volume, though. He caught a 31-yard touchdown early in the slate, which immediately made him get to his value equation, right? Like the archaic 3x. If you 3x every salary on your lineup, you'll get 150 points. If you score 150 points in cash games, you're going to be profitable more weeks than you're not. Trey McBride absolutely smashed. Let's get some Smizz smash in the chat with 24.1 DraftKings points for 3.5K. Trey McBride, since Zach Ertz has been injured, I looked this up on PFF this morning, has been asked to pass block twice. He's basically a wide receiver at this point. And now he's got this massive upgrade with regard to his quarterback. He's going to continue to smash as the price continues to go up. It'll find equilibrium. I don't think it's there yet in week 11. We'll find out once we get to the first look lineup. Ken Walker broke one of his signature long touchdowns. That is one of the things that is certainly in his skill set. 19.7 DraftKings points, smash. Alvin Kamara, boring, 14.5. Jahmyr Gibbs, 26.2, smash. Brandon Ayuk scored a touchdown, 14.5. Really didn't, they spread it all around yesterday with them. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 9.3 points. He was only like 4,100, so like he missed value by a couple, but he got hit really hard, like, and immediately hands went to his head. So like, I don't know if he was concussed and they didn't let it go, or just he was just not, they just didn't do much offensively. Gino was kind of poor yesterday. Jahan Dotson pulled a Blutarski, 0.0. I didn't know if he was hurt. I don't know what went on there. You're going to see why this hurts me a lot later. I was the joke is that, I was just a 2v2 away. I was literally a 2v2 away from having a really big day. And my 2v2 was unfortunate. Chris Olave, all it took was crab legs. All it took was Jameis Winston coming into the game to completely unlock Chris Olave. Who knew? Deebo Samuel, 15.9 points, fine. Dalton Schultz, 11.1 points for 4.9 is a miss of value, but is not like a full-on snowflake. Anytime you get double digits from tight end, it can be fine. But there are some differentiators at that position. Joe Mixon, Rashad White, another really good day, 17.8 points. Najee Harris for 4.9K, 18.6 points. I'm not going to say that he looked spry because he still looked pretty stiff, but they just abused Green Bay on the ground constantly. Bijan Robinson, in spite of the loss and in spite of them having him return punts yesterday, had like 90 plus yards, had more than enough volume, scored a touchdown, got an inside the 5 snap, 17.6 points for 6K is just fine. Deontay Marquise, it didn't matter where you went in cash games at this range. It just didn't work out. Christian Kirk, though, was a smash at 18.4. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the preferred pay up in cash games, scored, what did he score? 33.5 DraftKings points. Amazing. Tank Dell, 18.9, and the Bengals wide receivers here, Bengals value wide receivers. Boyd was 4,600. We already talked about Irwin. Boyd had over 20 points, but lost a touchdown late in the game that would have put him over 30 and been just a world beater for Bengals stacks everywhere. Trey McBride talked about how he was amazing. Evan Ingram was disappointing, as that entire Jaguars offense was. TJ Hawkinson, in spite of the Ed Werder reporting that he was only going to play a limited amount of snaps and only in key situations. Apparently, the Vikings define key situations as every single snap and catching every single ball, as he caught 11 of them for like 100 and change and a touchdown. Dalton Schultz, we already spoke about. The stacks smashed, except for the Falcons, F. Arthur Smith. Lions, absolutely fantastic, especially if you included Jahmyr Gibbs and opened up the ability to stack a pass-catching running back with Goff. Goff had a solid day. Jahmyr Gibbs smashed. Amon-Ra St. Brown smashed. Chargers, great. Over 80 points for that double if you included Keenan Allen in that one. He even got a touchdown to Quentin Johnson. Cowboys, I have to say this because there's somebody that was going off in the replies to like the Monday Night Football video on the main channel about how I said to avoid the Cowboys stack last week, when I wonder sometimes if the audio gets reversed. Like, you know how a photo negative like turns white to black, black to white, darks to light, all those sorts of things. I wonder if somebody gets the audio negative of what I say, because all week long I kept telling you, don't fade passing games and Dak doubles because of a large spread. Everyone thinks they're going to. Look, people are reluctant to stack large spread favorites. Double leverage against Pollard and defense. I said the exact opposite of what this guy is claiming that I said, but whatever. Bengals stack smash could have even been bigger. Seattle stacks, we got a fire on that one because Lockett did really well. Geno disappointed. This one, the Dobbs puke stack, was outstanding, especially if you were able to either not hear the Werder report or just fight through it like we did with Ezekiel Elliott earlier this season when it was reported that he was going to play starter snaps. We were like, I don't believe you. And once again, CJ Stroud doubles did great. He's amazing. Absolutely love CJ Stroud. If you wanted to get access to the Week 11 cheat sheet, it exists in our community Discord at smizzle.tv/discord. And you have to be a channel member on YouTube or a Twitch subscriber. Go to smizzle.tv/join to become a channel member today. I'm looking into opening up Discord subs where you can sub directly on Discord, because some people are having issues becoming a channel member on YouTube and linking it to Discord, because YouTube and Discord apparently don't really get along. I know that like 95% of you who have become channel members aren't having that problem, but for the 5% that are, I'm trying to figure out how to turn on the Discord subscriptions. We're very close to getting those ready to go. Here was my cash game lineup. This paid 20 spots. I came in 20th, right behind this large train with friend of the program, Andrew Wiggins. Mistakes were made. One, Tony Pollard. I had Goff as my quarterback because that's what fit. All week I said all the quarterbacks are pretty much the same. And all the quarterbacks, aside from Dak, ended up pretty much the same with like 22 to 25 DraftKings points. Guys like Purdy, Baker Mayfield, and Goff, and Burrow, and it didn't matter, right? They all had about the same amount of points unless you played Dak and cash. I went with Pollard, probably shouldn't have, but I went to Pollard because I could get to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Trey McBride was a must play for me. 30% of the high stakes field did not play him, which I was shocked. Croc Hunter only 35%. I went with Deontay. It wouldn't have mattered if I went with wouldn't have mattered if I had gone to 5,200 here for Marquise Brown. He didn't do well. Tank Dell over 87%. 87.5% of the field was on Joe Mixon. This was not a mistake. I thought this was going to be a block spot, but it wasn't. People were too sharp and got off of that one. This was somewhat of an island, over 50% on the Cowboys. You'll see in tournaments, I kind of faded the Cowboys, and there were plenty of other spots. We mentioned the Browns defense, and in high stakes, I went with the Buccaneers defense, scored 13 points. It's always a good idea to get contrarian on defense because of how highly variant the game is. Passing attacks that are going to take sacks, and touchdowns are just so highly variant that it's beyond absurd. I min-cashed. I was very happy to min-cash the Thunderdome yesterday for 10K. Mike Leone came in second. The Burrito Brothers, Papa Gates, and Chipotle Addict. Former boot campers, by the way, come in 1, 2, and 3. Andrew Wiggins got a whole bunch of friends here. We're just all being friends in the top 7 and cashing in this one. Had Eckler. I mentioned my 2v2. I had this same build. This was always where I was going to go. I was going double value wide receiver, Noah Brown and Croc Hunter. I was always going to go with a Goff stack, and just from like Friday night on, that was where I was in high stakes because I could get Amon-Ra St. Brown. I could differentiate in other places, And my 2v2 that I ended up on was Eckler and Dotson, because I didn't think a lot of people were going to play Dotson. I didn't think anybody was going to play Austin Eckler, and I know that that's a tough matchup. He still had 21 points. The 2v2, though, was Keenan Allen and Najee Harris. Harris had like 18.5. Keenan Allen had like 35 or 40. So I ended up with Dotson and Eckler to get contrarian, which the first one was contrarian enough, and I guess I went overboard trying to get contrarian with this one. But like Dotson having his worst volume game in 4 games. Yes, Samuel was back, but Samuel wasn't the guy. It's just that Washington right now is obsessed with throwing the ball to like 9 different guys. So I was lucky and happy to min cash this one, because with the extra 30-something points here, I would have come in up here. I don't even know if it would have made a big difference, because like it's still 10K for 4th place, I think. No, it's 15K. I would have won 5 more K. So I would have gotten out of min cash zone. I would have tripled up. Would have been a lot nicer. He went with Harris. He had Keenan Allen. 43 points, 18 points. Would have made a big difference. Would have come in behind Chipotle Addict, but it would have been a nice day. A nicer day, because I did have a solid day this week. My Millionaire Maker lineup did not profit in the Millionaire Maker. It's 3,000 for me to enter. I got, halved in that one, but carried by my high stakes and cash games that just kind of eked in to the money this week. So my best lineup, Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Laporta kind of weighed those down. Keenan Allen, just over 200 points in this one. Brown's defense, the other defense that was cheaper and low held, under 5% in that one. You can see the same sort of build that we always talk about. Double stack, bring back, secondary stack. Noah Brown and Irwin were a little bit of a contrarian way to get after things while eating the chalk of Amon-Ra St. Brown. And this triple was somewhat lower held than I thought it would be. And we get different with defense off of the Cowboys chalk. Taking a look at some Rainmaker stuff. Here is one of the best lineups that I had this week. I played a lot of qualifiers trying to get that seat, because I have a main seat for the DFS final, but I don't have a Rainmaker seat. I've come in second 2 or 3 times this year, and it just kind of sucks. Had my Dak stack. Pollard brought it back down. Amon-Ra, Keenan Allen, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, womp. Just horrible. So won some money in Rainmakers. Not a ton of money. You can see that I had a lot of qualifiers if you slow this down. The cash games didn't quite get there. The rare showdown stuff I won a little bit, and I think right at the bottom I won some in the Germany game. Jonathan Taylor, Pittman, Ramondre, and a kicker got me $500, 10th out of 77 there at Legendary for that. However, the 2022 games are proving to be extremely lucrative. I've got a little bit of a sweat here. I'm in first place in the Elite for $5,000. I am clearly being chased here, and there's going to be a few people that have like 120 and 180 as we get down the list, who might catch me. I'm hoping to hold on for as much as I possibly can and avoid the Josh Allen stacks or double stacks tonight. Same thing goes for the Legendary. I'm on top of that one. These are free to enter if you have 2022 cards, and they continue to be a tremendous value as the year goes along. Underdog was cute. Underdog Pick'ems were very cute. This was our 5 under 5 one. We needed 59.5 rushing and plus receiving yards for Deebo Samuel and 33.5 receiving yards for Alvin Kamara. We got 59 and 33. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Also, 4 picks to win 1,000. This was from the Top Stacks video. CJ Stroud, over. Yes. Joe Burrow, over. Yes. Christian Kirk, over. Sure. Trevor Lawrence, God damn it. Hate it. Hate all of it. Solid week, though. Did really well in the Scott Fishbowl again. My team thriving. My team is thriving, and I made a mistake. I played Jonnu Smith in this lineup because I didn't know if I should play him with the scoring. It's tight end premium, this or that. I left Noah Brown on my bench. I'm going to win at least one game. I don't know if I'm going to beat the median. I do have, where is he? Steph Diggs still to go. I'm 95% to win this one. He's got James Cook and Gabe Davis. This is Eagles. Really sharp drafter. Somebody over on Underdog Fantasies. Eagles with like 5 Z's on it. So I'm beating James right now. Maybe I hold on, maybe I don't. But a couple of weeks coming, I get Devon Achane back. I get Kyron Williams back. I get Kenneth Gainwell off bye, and I no longer am going to have running back issues with Kareem Hunt. This 0 RB build is looking like the absolute nuts for this year. And and I'm not struggling, but like I'm limping around with my second QB with Deshaun Watson, who had a solid enough game, but like he looks terrible, and Gardner Minshew to partner with Joe Burrow. And going into that week, I was 262nd place. You can't really see it. So I'm primed for the playoffs and really excited about getting those two running backs back with that team. The Listener League. Here it is. SmizzGang Listener League. It's up every single week. Congratulations to the Tolan 87. Went with Herbert, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Keenan Allen, Tank Dell, Noah Brown, McBride. Very solid lineup. Look at this. We got 3 Houston Texans in this lineup. Bang, bang, bang. Najee for value. Bengals defense only had 6, but it doesn't matter when everything else is set aflame. Congratulations to you for the 230 points. GKO Clanis went with Dak CeeDee Lamb. Solid play there. Motown 28. A lot of familiar names in this one that I see in Discord all the time. Headlock 99. There's a familiar name. Congratulations, Headlock, one of our mods on the channel. OK Wishbone, Plaque 89, Matt Track, Rainmaker Savant, part of the HQ as well. Congratulations to you. Jaime 2, number 2, Jaime 2. Went with Herbert, Quentin Johnson, Keenan Allen, Amon-Ra St. Brown, value running backs, Bijan, and Singletary with like 30 touches yesterday, scored 26 points. Everybody was scared off of him because of the week he had the week before. Perfect bounce back. Volume means a lot. And my cousin, Jared Rosen, owner of Rye Society in Denver. If you're in Denver, go check out the deli, Rye Society. Beautiful. Great pastrami. Delicious. I'm going to see you this weekend, cuz. Can't wait to have you guys over with your family for dinner this weekend. Congratulations. And Kurt Mustang. Whole lot of familiar faces at the top. Love seeing the Discord win a whole lot of money. Hopefully you guys had a fantastic weekend. And let's keep kicking butt in week 11. Look out for another video right there.
He's a legend.